And here it is, we go again. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to more. Here it is, we go again. Here I am again. Hope you're there. It's a snapshot session, and it's nothing at all to do with politics this session. You know, not often instances, but in some instances, we deviate from the political diet of this platform. So this is one of those occasions. It's absolutely not a political session this time around. Is all about human interest and human life. So this is what this session is going to be about: human interest, human life, and lifestyle and choices. So this is what we're going to be discussing. Nevertheless, equally as engaging, I hope. One man went to mow. The eagle has landed.
Missing someone with all your heart. Missing someone with heart. How much you miss it, and you deserve. Right from the start, and you did right from the start. Missing someone is as normal. Missing someone. Missing someone is as normal. Missing someone with all your heart. Missing someone with heart. Missing someone. I am sad and so low. I am sad and so low.
And there it is right there. There it is right there. Missing someone, the base rebels. Missing someone. So missing someone, as guys, I bring you this. So I said no politics, but there might well be an undercurrent of politics somewhat, because of course you know that it's in the DNA of this platform. It's just anything you find politics in. But let's start off with this one, which you might suggest is somewhat political. ASUU, that is the Academic Staff Union of Universities. I have relocated abroad. Lecturer abandons final year students waiting for him to supervise their project. So, does he get any blame? Is the question. What fault are you attributing to this guy? And if faults are to be attributed, in which direction should they be going? Because, of course, first and foremost, he has to fend for himself before anything else. And decisions made now off the back of having waited for about going on a year without a salary. Academic Staff Union of Universities, I have relocated abroad. Lecturer abandons final year students waiting for him to supervise their project. So there is that one. And then we go to the non-political ones straight away. So this one now, a curiosity. And a lot of people, they look the other way when they see sudden wealth. But then, of course, when you look at the underpinnings of that sudden wealth, is usually something criminal. A lady discovers her family friend is a notorious kidnapper, months after he bought new house and cars. So somebody suddenly starts to buy new houses and cars without any known income traditionally. Somebody that has historically been a broke ass, as they like to say, down in the South. So somebody that's always been devoid of funds suddenly has it in abundance, and is telling you that it is God's doing. How is that? Is that Johnson Suleiman type thing? Is that miracle money? So of course, it's usually underpinned by something like this. And this a case in point. Lady discovers her family friend is a notorious kidnapper months after he bought new house and cars. So there it is right there. So now to the headline story. And there's a video clip that goes with this, by the way. Sorry, bear with me 1 second. There's a tiny little video clip. I'll see if I'm able to capture it so that I can play it to you. Let's just see. All right, so there's a tiny little video clip that does go with it, and here it is right there. So it is one of those moral maze questions. It's one of those questions that you ask, is this possible? He is my bestie. Lady shares video of her playing with her friend's father. So how is that a possibility is the thing? Because of course, you know the allure of a young lady to any form of male, especially an older one. So a pretty young lady who has now decided that the father of her best friend is her best friend. And then, of course, they start to play around in a physical manner. And then, of course, anyway, you see the video clip then, and then you draw your own conclusions. He's my bestie. Lady shares video of her playing with her friend's father. So he's our bestie. But then, of course, he has other thoughts. And the thoughts that the father of the friend would have would be in this direction. 4 Nigerian men tell us what it's like being a sugar daddy. So there it is right there, the sugar space. So at last, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel and we're going to that space. So we're going there. 4 Nigerian men tell us what it is like being a sugar daddy. And have you been a sugar daddy, and do you have a sugar experience? So still staying within that space, and you want to share it as well, by the way, I dare you to. So still staying within that place, it is your husband that chases after us. Stop disturbing us. Professional side chick slams wife. So I'm not quite sure if that is I didn't know that was an option, I should say. I didn't know that was an option on career day when students are asked to stand up to tell the class what they want to be in the future. I never knew that a side chick was a full-blown respected and respectable profession that any child would have gotten up to tell their class and their parents that is what their future is likely to look like. It is your husband that chases after us. Stop disturbing us. Professional side chick slams wife. So professional side chick slams wife. We might well be able to see a clip of that as well. I've not been able to download it, but I might well be able to play it on that platform. So hopefully, fingers crossed for that. So there it is, a diverse menu, not at all political, but nevertheless hopefully engaging. If you want to participate, click on the hyperlink that says StreamYard. You can see it in the comment section. So if you have any thought on that space, click on the hyperlink that says StreamYard, and then that brings you into a studio space. As soon as I finish reading out the topics, not the topics, but the body of the stories, as soon as I finish reading them out, I'll let you onto the screen, engage you in a conversation around the talking point. So that's how it works. Open microphone. And click on like, of course, click on subscribe. So we've been experimenting with this sort of more moral maze lifestyle type storyline. So we're experimenting with that to deviate the platform, not to even to deviate it, but to vary the platform. So it is not too monolithic, because it is somewhat monolithic, just having an endless diet of politics all the time. But I'll let this Hausa man explain it better to you, because I seem to be stumbling on words. So Malam explained to them what I mean.
Nigeria sai bita obi, bita obi shi muke son mu obi, a bita obi. Nigeria sai bita obi, chip international bita obi. Sai mu bita obi, hey bita obi shi muke son mu gashi, chip bita obi. Sakkwato sun faɗa mana sai dai Peter Obi. Kanawa ma sun ce sai dai fa Peter Obi. Katsina sun ce mana sai dai fa Peter Obi. Mu muna son Peter, mu muna son Peter. Ba mu yin PDP, ba mu yin APC, ba mu yin mai shara, ba mu yin mai kwando kayan marmari ba masu sai fa Peter Obi. Sai dai fa Peter Obi. Duniya sun sani to sosai ne, duniya ma Peter Obi. Naija sun faɗa sun ce sai Peter Obi. Bayan nan ma mun tashi Abuja ma kawai sun ce sai dai fa Peter Obi. Sakkwato sun faɗa sosai sai fa Peter Obi. Na gode Peter Obi, ga name ga suna na Peter H-A-R-U-N-A. Ka ji suna na aiko yanzu H-A-R-U-N-A. Ka ji suna na yanzu. Ina nan Kaduna ina waka ta sai dai fa Peter Obi. Musa Igabi local government ni nike zaune. Igabi local government ni nike zaune. Amma a can hayi na ragasa. Amma a can hayi na ragasa.
And there you are. That was Malam Dandongo Dambatu from Damaturu, explaining it only in a manner that only he can. So Malam Dandongo Dambatu, that's not his name, by the way. I just made that up. So there it is, and here it is. ASUU, I have relocated abroad. Lecturer abandons final year students waiting for him to supervise their projects. A Nigerian lecturer, Dr. Oyedele, left his students hanging and wondering what to do next after he revealed that he left the country. He was also the project supervisor for, let's take that entirely all over again. A Nigerian lecturer, Dr. Oyedele, left his students hanging and wondering what to do next after he revealed that he left the country. He was also the project supervisor for some final year students, but he abandoned everything about his work in Nigeria. The academician who works at a government-owned university said that he used the opportunity that ASUU strike provided and secured travel documents. A man known as Munir Yakub took to Twitter to share a screenshot of the message the lecturer dropped for his students in their WhatsApp group. Dr. Oyedele said he would not be able to go through their projects and give final approval as he was no longer in the country. He revealed that he resigned his work to pursue other things in life. So this is the message. Good day to you all. I have this important announcement to make. I will not be able to read and sign your projects when ASUU strike ends. I resigned last month to pursue other issues in my life. I have left the country already. We shall meet later in the future, he told them. So there it is, and there it is. So there it is, and there it is. So this is somewhat of a complex one. So let's start off with the lecturer first. What choices did he have, really, is the first question. So he had the choice to stick it out and suffer it through for the sake of the students, of course. Imagine then, let's imagine that it's an engineering lecturer, which traditionally is a 5-year course. So all of these engineering students, they've labored for 5 years to arrive at the moment that they will get their certification. And the person to sign this off is this chap. So he has left the country and abandoned them to fate as it comes their way. So he has abandoned them to fate, however that comes their way. Does he have a moral obligation to those students is the first thing. So he has abandoned them. And what is the fate of those students, by the way, as well? Because then they have to then get another lecturer to go through that whole phase again, which of course with certainty would delay the trajectory of life of those people. So he has selfishly sacrificed those students. But has he? So here is a person that has been without an income since February, and he has been striking, trying to fight for both himself and the students, and the government of the day, they are weighing against that. So what other opportunities does he have? And then what fate the students as well? So they're innocent victims of this, but the blame, of course, we put that to the government. So there is that one, and that are somewhat, I think, probably the last of the political lilt in today's session. So we go on to this. Lady discovers her family friend is a notorious kidnapper months after he bought new house and cars. So here it is. It's just a short little readout. Family friend got so rich earlier this year, bought a new house, cars, and we were so happy for him. Even went to see the new house, Muka Sa Baka. He told us that he is into rice business, only to find out today that he is a notorious kidnapper currently in police custody. A Hausa Twitter user has said her family friend is currently in police custody for alleged kidnapping. At Sum Sum or Sum Sum, who disclosed this on Saturday, September the 3rd, said the family friend became rich overnight, bought a new house and cars, claiming to have made money from rice business. Family friend got so rich earlier this year, bought a new house, cars, and we were so happy for him. Even went to see the new house. Mukasa Abakahi told us that he's into rice business, only to find out today that he's a notorious kidnapper currently in police custody. So that is the story of so many spaces when a lot of people, when people, they might not traditionally be broke, but are historically not really historically not really had any form of wealth. So suddenly they become wealthy overnight, and then they come up with some vague business that's just happened their way that has opportuned this vast fortune, and they will say it is God. It is God, but usually the way God works is you see the trajectory of that money. In most instances, if not all instances, you see the trajectory of anybody's money. You see them start off with something. They might falter, they might fail, and then bounce back again. And then you see their struggles, and then you see the success suddenly starts to build up. And then when it reaches a crescendo, you can track the trajectory of that success. It's not that you see somebody, they disappear for 2 years, and then they suddenly come and become richer than everybody in the neighborhood. And then they come and say, oh, I got a government contract, or it was God's work. It is often instances not God's work. It is fraud, kidnapping, and whatnot. So this instance being a case in point. So do you have any example of that space? Come discuss it with us. Click on the hyperlink that says StreamYard and come join me in the studio. So we move on from there and we go to this space. So this is the headline piece now. He's my bestie. Lady shares video of her playing with her friend's father. So there it is right there, and here it is right here. A Nigerian lady sparked reactions on social media after she revealed that she is best friends with her friend's father. She shared a video which showed her playing with the man in the presence of his daughter, who is her roommate. According to the young lady, he paid them a visit at their hostel and decided to spend quality time with the two of them. In the video she uploaded on social media, the girl was playing with him whilst her friend was recording them. He could be heard referring to his bestie as a wicked girl, and his daughter asked her to apologize to him. When they were done with the banter and play, they stepped into his car. When they were done with the banter and play, he stepped into his car to leave, and they decided to bid him farewell. She said he gave them some tip before leaving the hostel. So we all know what a tip means. And there it is right there. So there it is right there. Let me play you just a little video of exactly what transpired in that space. So this is this young girl now, a student, of course, of some university or some institution or the other. And the guy in the video will be her roommate's father. And then see how they play with each other. And tell me if this is appropriate and where you think this might be leading to. Watch this.
That is the weekend.
No,
Let me say.
apologize.
You're very.
Daddy, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Must you be stupid? I'm not stupid. I'm not. Must you look stupid in my videos? Okay, no, sorry. Let me.
So there it is right there. And my father's my friend's father, my best friend's, this is a girl speaking, by the way. This is a girl that said this. Of course, I'm not a girl. So this is a girl that said this, by the way. My father's my best friend's father is my best friend. So quite how that plays out, I think we all know how that will play out. And how that plays out, how that is likely to play out, will be in this direction. 4 Nigerian men tell us what it is like being a sugar daddy. So that is where that relationship is headed. And let us see now how it will play out. Pardon me, 4 Nigerian men tell us what it is like being a sugar daddy. I am personally very fascinated by the sugar baby and sugar parent relationship business model. I have read and also written several stories exploring it, but typically from the perspective of the sugar baby. Prompted by a conversation with my editor, I decided to start reaching out to the sugar babies I knew and ask them to put me in touch with the sugar daddies they knew so I could speak to them for this article. It took a minute, but I was able to talk with 4 of them, and here is the story. So the first person to accede to being interviewed is an Andrew. He's 39. So I'm not quite sure because when I saw Andrew 39, at the back of my mind, the thought suddenly came that can Andrew really be a sugar daddy? Because when you think of a sugar daddy, you are thinking of a man in his mid 50s, then upwards, dating some 23-year-old type girl. But certainly, how can a 39-year-old man be a sugar anything? Is the thing. He's barely even out of youth himself. So Andrew 39, international businessman. And this is what Andrew has to say. I like very pretty girls who put in the effort with their appearance, the type who spends hours in the salon, shopping, etc. I like funding that lifestyle. My wife is the same way. So are all my girlfriends. The first time I had a sugar baby was about a year into my marriage. I met her at a wedding I attended with my wife, and her beauty was blinding. I immediately found a way to slip her my number. We started talking after a while, then it took off from there. I have about 2 girlfriends at any given time. The longest I have ever been with someone who is not my wife is 2 years. After that, I just find something else to excite me. I can fund it because I earn a pretty amount, and in pounds. There is almost nothing they want to ask for that I cannot afford. The most I have ever spent on a woman who isn't my wife at once is 3 million naira. So 3 million naira then being the going rate at his level of function. So there it is right there, and there it is right there. So but what struck me, of course, is that barely a year into his marriage, he's already dipping into the sugar space. So barely a year into his marriage, he's already doing the sugar baby sort of thing. Bear with me. I'm trying to post the hyperlink to the. I'm trying to post the hyperlink to the screen in the comment section because it's gone off the screen a bit. So what struck me there is that barely a year into his marriage, he's already dipping into the sugar space, spending as much as 3 million naira a pop on some girl. So there it is. The next confessor, should we say, or the next contributor, better put, is Dele 40, managing director. So this is the next person that the writer interviewed. Dele 40, managing director. I like women that make my head turn. I don't get involved with people I work with at all. I keep it professional. I also don't get involved with anyone my wife knows or might know. Events, house parties, and stuff like that. That's events, house parties, and stuff like that are where I meet people. Because I tend to carry women, I date to events. I need them to look classy and expensive before I even meet them. The longest I have ever been with someone who is not my wife is 5 years. She is like my main side chick, and I have toyed with the idea of marrying her. I don't have a reason why I do it, to be honest. I just do it. The most I have ever spent on a woman who is not my wife is the most I spent to list my side chick's apartment in Abuja, something between 10 to 15 million naira. So 10 to 15 million naira. So I often wonder what the point is, because it's just dead money, isn't it? Imagine 10 to 15 million naira will build you a nice little bungalow in some rural area, and this guy has just binned that on some random chick just for the purposes of what she facilitates for. The next one, they get even younger. So this sugar space now completely different from how I've always imagined it. So they get younger. David, 34, producer. So how quite is a 34-year-old sugar daddy? I have never looked for a sugar baby, to be honest. I don't have a type, but now and then I meet someone that I can't just let go of. I have been married for 3 years and I have 2 sugar babies. The first person was a babe that I met during a burial. She was so magnetic. I haven't been with any of my sugar babies for more than 6 months. I get bored easily. I think that's why I regret getting married. Anyway, the most I have spent on a sugar baby is the money I spent buying a MacBook, which cost about 600,000 naira. So there it is right there, and there it is right there. So he of course, his attention span, his tolerance span for a relationship is 6 months, and he has now gone to marry some unfortunate girl who no doubt he's intent on ruining her life. So there it is right there. So the prices come down. 600,000 is David's spend. So we go to Toby 42, contractor. My wife and I kind of lost the spark a while ago. So I did the next logical thing and decided to find it outside. The thing is, when you are an older man, especially a wealthy one, people don't view you as possibly wanting anything romantic. They see it as transactional. I try to forget that the reason I am even able to speak to them, the reason they are talking to me, is because of the money. I have met some intelligent women through it all. So there is that. I don't necessarily look for anything specific, but I like women who wow me. The most I have ever spent on a woman is equal to 800,000 naira. So there it is right there. Names have been changed for sake of anonymity. So I'm not quite sure why the name needed to be changed. If Andrew was Andrew, who would know that that is the Andrew you're talking about? So I don't know why you would say you're changing their name. But there it is right there. But the most honest one, of course, is this Toby now 42. So let me just give you again. It says, my wife and I kind of lost the spark after a while. So I decided the next logical thing. I decided the next logical thing and decided to find it outside. The thing is, when you are an older man, especially a wealthy one, people don't view you as possibly wanting anything romantic. So that's the first honest space there. So if you are some 52, 55-year-old guy dating some a wealthy guy, dating some 23, 24-year-old girl, and she's telling you how much she loves you, and you are believing that, then you're a fool. She doesn't love. If you removed the money that you have, then she would not even, you will walk past her on the street and she wouldn't see you. No, she would just see something walk past her, a figure walk past her. But if somebody then stopped her 2 minutes later to say, describe the person that walked past you, she would not be able to say a word. She wouldn't see you at all. The only differential is that money, and this guy is honest enough to acknowledge that. But there are some idiots out there that they are wealthy and of a certain age, going out with a 19-year-old girl when you are 44, 50, and you are telling people that she's in love with you. You must be a fool. The thing is, when you are an older, man, especially a wealthy one, people don't view you as possibly wanting anything romantic. They see it as transactional, and very much so. But there might well be some sort of emotion that comes in latterly. But at the first phases of this sort of a relationship, it's the flashy car, the flashy restaurant, and that nice little tidy sum you put in her purse on her way home. That is what she sees. She doesn't necessarily see you. And for the pittance price of just surrendering her body to you every once in a while. So that is the transaction right there. They see it as transactional. I try to forget that the reason I am even able to speak to them, the reason they are talking to me, is because of the money. So this yet the most honest commentary on that space that I've ever. So this is the most honest. So I was also looking at the comment section. This is yet the most honest commentary on that sort of space that I've ever heard, because this guy is not delusional at all as to what is in play. He understands fully what the space is. They see it as transactional. I try to forget that the reason I am even able to speak to them, the reason they are talking to me, is because of the money. I have met some intelligent women through it. I have met some intelligent women through it all. So there is that. So there is that other space as well, because this guy is really giving out gems after gems. So when you think of a side chick, you think your thoughts immediately go to some low rent, painted face, clothes barely covering her body sort of a person. You know the sort of imageries that come to your mind when you think of a side chick, but not necessarily. There are actually some educated, intelligent women, even reserved and conservative, that are actually side chicks. So the side chick is not necessarily some ass out Instagram babe, is what this guy is telling you. It's not some ass out Instagram babe. I have met some intelligent women through it all, so there is that. I don't necessarily look for anything specific, but I like women who wow me. The most I have ever spent on a woman, is equal to 800,000 naira. So there it is right there. So the price tag, it looks to me like between 800,000 to 1.5 million naira thereabout, a routine spend. So that, and by the way, that 800,000 naira, that is a spend in one instance. So that is not the price. That is not over a course of a year or anything. No, that is just the most he has ever spent. So that buy me this, do this for me, and the cost is 800,000 naira. So and that doesn't mean that she stops demanding after you spent that 800,000 naira. No, the guy that spent 10 million to rent an apartment for a side chick in Abuja, That doesn't then mean the side chick is not expecting him to furnish it to the tune of that 10 million naira. So that you can add an additional 10 million naira on top of that when the furnishing of the space starts to come into play. So there it is. Staying with the side chicks still. Let's go to this space. There's a video clip that goes with this. So I may well have to share the screen. With you for this one because it wouldn't allow me to download the video. So hopefully it will let me play it right there on the on the platform. So there it is. So there it is. So let me share the screen with you for this. It is your husband that chases after us. Stop disturbing us. Professional side chick slams wives. So professional side chicks. So there it is. A young Nigerian woman who is proud of being a side chick has issued a public service notice to the wives of their sugar daddies. She told married women to stay in their homes and hold their husbands tightly because side chicks are not smiling. The lady explained that men are the ones who run after them and not the other way round. So their quarrel should not be with the mistresses. She asked wives to focus on their marriages and avoid any confrontation with their husband's side chicks because if anything happens to them, the wife, the mistress would move into their matrimonial home. So there it is. So okay, it carries on. Oh no, this is a different. So let me play you then. Hopefully, this video clip does play, and then we will just end the session after that because I don't think there are any takers for the topic. So I'll play you this video clip, and then we end the session. So here it is. Listen to the girl in her own words.
We don't agree say we be side chick, no wahala. But this goes to all those married women outside. Married women, stay in your husband's house. Side chicks are not smiling. They're bold. See, hold your husband tight. Because nobody they go toast your husband. Now your husband, they come to toast us. Now then they can't find us. That one no come mean say if your husband toast me, I agree. If you can't carry your phone, maybe check your husband face, see my number, come they call me, they disturb me with call. Or you come out, if you come outside, call me, say, Madam, I will blue and black because they marry people for house. Me, I dey outside, they enjoy my life. I don't even get your time. To be frank.
So there it is right there, the confessions of a side chick. So there it is, the confessions of a side chick. We'll end the session here. Let me know what you're making of it. Let me know what you have made of it. This introduction of a completely different sort of topics to the platform. This human interest sort of a space. This is something I'm keen to explore. And I'm wondering if there's something that will interest you. So leave the comments in the comment section of the platform. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll leave it here. See you later in the later session. But here I say peace.